Record is good. Got one extra camera in play, so the Mac Mini is going to be... What did I do?
Uh-oh.
Oops-a-daisy. Watch out for your drink, dude.
Yeah.
I had to move it because it was sitting right in the middle of Reed. There you go.
I haven't worn these glasses forever.
Really?
Well, I have different ones I have a glasses that are specifically for work. They've got readers for close, and then I have them adjusted for at my monitor distance.
All right,
And
we are
that's it.
streaming.
That's what I do.
Hello,
I-
Facebook people.
I have
Hello,
readers
YouTube
for
people.
Computer and stuff.
Let me do a quick
And these are
refresh so we can
progressives.
share this out.
Well, these are progressives, but they're
The
progressive.
background chatter is
is
guests
not
in the
as
studio.
good.
And when I turned 45, I couldn't contain myself. Wait a minute.
Careful. Get a little personal there.
Hey,
Right, we are live.
it's time. It's time for the show.
I remember when we had the podcast on 8-track.
Remember Juan?
Yes, I remember Juan. He used to live next door. This is Phoenix, after all.
I remember when I did the show on mini discs.
I have the mini disc player. It was left with the house.
Oh, that's right. It's still here.
And the mini discs that go in this.
That's right.
So, Chuck, have you been in the attic?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
We're not going to talk about the body.
Okay. That's fine. Fair enough.
It should be plenty mummified by now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shh.
Attic jerky.
Attic jerky.
Oh.
Wow.
Welcome to the Technorama pre-show. We are just getting ready for our podcast. Thank you for joining us. Hey, if you're watching live on the live stream, thank you for joining. We will get started in just a moment. This is the show that talks about tech and science and sci-fi and all kinds of weird things. And we have just the weird people for you this week to join us.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll get to the uh-huh in just a sec. There's an uh-huh point to this show. So I think we are streaming. The CPU is not completely dead. Responsive, okay.
Is there actually human beings out there watching us?
I heard a new one.
Our one fan?
The one person?
Emo
I see three.
Phillips. Emo Phillips gave he said ish.
Ish?
The god
Ish.
of approximation.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do. I'm going to remember that.
I want that on a t-shirt.
Okay, and quick sound check. Let me do individual microphones. Michael.
Hello.
Very nice. Brian.
Hello.
Good. Craig.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Craig
we're
knows
good.
his name.
Okay.
At least.
Craig is right on those cues. I tell you what,
Yeah.
he is a professional.
I am so sharp.
Your dad called you a marble. Yeah, I get it.
I was going to say Eraserhead, but that's okay.
Wait.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're so bright, your dad called you son.
Oh.
You guys have never heard that before?
No,
Oh,
I'm kind
my,
of.
that's like 6th grade.
And I'm kind of wishing I had never heard it before, but thanks, Chuck.
Well, I see what this.
Alcohol to the rescue.
Yeah. Hey.
I see where this night's going. I just rolled a 1.
Well, you got that on your system. It's like the golf game.
5.
16. That's pretty good.
We don't roll yet. We'll roll when we
know,
get to
I'm
this.
I know. I'm just seeing how the night's going.
I'm saying who gave me the loaded die? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, look, I rolled a 20. I'm claiming that all night.
It doesn't count.
I think I want to switch dice with you.
No. You don't touch
I have a couple
dice.
spares.
I
if you-
did. I just touched your dice. You don't touch another man's dice bag.
Some of these are multicolor, so they were like in the dollar bin.
Oh, so they're probably
Okay,
really good
Oh,
random.
really off balance.
These are loaded dice because I just rolled a 14 3 times out of 4.
No, I think it's a reflection
Stick
of
with
your
it.
luck.
Take it to the blackjack table. Then I think we're ready to go.
10.
Are you guys done over there?
No.
No, we're having fun.
Don't make me turn this podcast around.
I hold the mute button.
Chuck has the power.
All right. Then here we go. Technorama episode 533 for May 16, 2018. Spiderman Halo.
morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Tech.
And now, the news.
Tech.
What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, I just got back from Vegas and I can't find my chips.
Over there, in the media corner.
Not those kind of chips.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
Hey, welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first...
Huh?
Donna's phone was not muted. I'm talking over there.
Oh.
That's the way Technorama goes. Duct tape and chicken wire, kids. It'll save your life. This is the show that takes a look at science and all that other stuff I already mentioned. If you're returning, welcome back. You know what you're in for, a whole lot of nonsense. And if you're new, you get a whole lot of nonsense. I'm Chuck Tomasi, and joining me as always is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
What? I'm doing great.
Look at this. He's in the studio.
Hey, I'm alive.
He's in sync. His audio matches his mouth.
Yes, for a change. Hey, give me another 10 minutes and it might not be the case.
He's going to be talking like a bad Japanese dub movie.
No, it won't.
Also joining us in the Binary Studio, longtime guest and former owner of the house, Michael Armenige.
Hey, Technorama.
The man
That
behind
me.
every episode you hear.
That's right.
And joining us for the first time in a very long time and always appreciated, the good old Brian Brown.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, I can photobomb his webcam.
Come back here one more time.
Stay in your own square.
Just right here. Right there.
Craig, they didn't do it on the Brady Bunch because it didn't work.
Yeah. Right.
You didn't see Alice hopping over into Cindy's cube.
That was the special episodes. Never mind.
Wow.
And we are going to be having a
It's going to be a
interesting,
long, interesting evening.
Yeah, Craig's had a few
is
drinkies.
and that's always a
good
fun thing.
Well, just
Craig?
wait till the history. Wait till the history.
All right.
Oh, yes.
We're at the history.
Okay.
Oh, we're at history?
Grab your D20.
Already?
Roll them, boys. Oh, boy.
Oh, damn.
Wait, no, it can't be more damn than mine.
Hey,
No, it can.
Okay.
Look, 18.
Okay.
Bam. There you go.
Brian?
17 for me.
Okay.
I tripped on a rake and died. I have a 1.
I have a 3.
Wow.
I tripped a dental floss.
I put the rake in front of you.
Right.
Man. So now that Mike has killed himself, what does that mean?
We're going Craig, Brian, Chuck, Michael.
Mike.
Okay.
There's really no systematic way of doing this. It's not around the room. It's not even around the webcams. It is what it is. Remember your order and try to keep up. Here we go. No, that's the feedback.
Wrong music. Wrong music.
Wow, this is going to be a fun show today.
Stop. On this day in history for May 16th, 2018, this is the 168th day of the year. 136th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 229 days remaining in 2018. That first one should have been bulleted, so I guess that's yours, Craig.
Go ahead. It was on this date in 1568 that Mary, Queen of Scots, flees to England.
You are Mary, Queen of Scots.
May 16th, 1770, a 14-year-old Marie Antoinette marries 15-year-old Louis Auguste, who later became King of France.
It was 175 years ago today that the first major wagon train headed for the Pacific Northwest that sets out on the Oregon Trail with 1,000 pioneers from Elm Grove, Missouri, and 300 died from
dysentery. That's what happened to Mike.
That's it. Also on May 16th, 1866, the United States Congress establishes the nickel.
And Nickelback was born.
No, that was in Canada.
Right. It was also on this date in 1888, Nikola Tesla delivered a lecture describing the equipment which will allow efficient generation and use of alternating currents to transmit electric power over long distances.
The technology we still use to
That's
this
right.
day.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
won.
Well, Westinghouse took care of
Westinghouse
that.
took it over.
Thanks, Edison.
He won.
Right.
He was taken. Yeah.
May 16th, 1891, the International Electrotechnical Exhibition opens in Frankfurt, Germany, and will feature the world's first long-distance transmission of high-power, three-phase electrical current. Of course, the most common form today.
There you go. Another Westinghouse invention.
That same date in 1919, a naval Curtiss NC-4 aircraft commanded by Albert Cushing Reed leaves Trepassey, Newfoundland for Lisbon via the Azores on the first transatlantic flight. Wow. They're brave people back then.
I'm glad Craig didn't have that one.
You're not the only one.
It was also this date in 1929 that Hollywood, the first Academy Awards ceremonies take place.
Oscar.
That's right. That same date in 1951, the first regularly scheduled transatlantic flight between Idlewild Airport, now JFK International Airport, in New York City, and Heathrow Airport in London, operated by I think that's Al Azrael.
A, B, C, D.
It looked like initials at first.
Yeah.
Al Israel Airlines.
Artificial intelligence in there somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
May 16th, 1960, Theodore Mainman operates the first optical laser, a ruby laser, at Hughes Research Laboratory in Malibu, California.
1960, 58 years ago.
Well,
Pew, pew, pew,
actually,
pew.
a little earlier than that. There's anyway.
Anyways,
I could get off on a tangent on Tesla since we were talking about him.
That same date in 1969, via the Venera program, Venera 5, a Soviet space probe, lands on Venus.
Ooh.
How'd that go for you?
Yeah, 30 years ago today, a report by the Surgeon General of the United States, C. Everett Koop, states that the addictive properties of nicotine are similar to those of heroin and cocaine.
Wow. And it was 27 years ago today, the Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom addressed a joint session of United States Congress. She is the first British monarch to address the U.S. Congress.
My husband and I would like to thank you for your contribution, and we want our taxes.
Sounds like Julia Childs.
I was going to say.
Just FYI.
She addressed Congress too, I
Julia
think.
Childs is more.
that's
down
it
at the
is.
back of the throat. The castle. Oh.
And on May 16th, 2011, STS-134, ISS Assembly Flight ULF-6, launched from Kennedy Space Center on the 25th, and the final flight for the Space Shuttle Endeavour.
That's a lot of letters in that one.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was.
is.
Yeah.
Happy birthday goes out to this day to Italian, oh boy, mathematician and philosopher Maria Gaetana Agnesi, born on this date in 1718.
I'm sorry. Elizabeth Palmer Peabody, American educator who founded the first U.S. kindergarten, was born on that same date.
Didn't know that was a thing that had to be invented.
I know.
guess so.
I'm kind of surprised by that, but
All
okay.
right. All right, guys, brace yourself. Born May 16th, 1821, Russian mathematician and scientician Pavel
Statistician.
Shababsky,
Pavnutny
a Russian dude.
Panufti Shabaskev.
Yes.
Shababsky.
Welsh American physicist, co-inventor of the microphone, David Edward Hughes, was born 187 years ago today.
Do you know why it was co-invented at the microphone?
Why is that?
Because someone had to be listening.
Bravo, bravo.
We wouldn't have podcasts thanks to this guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Touche. There you go.
Henry Fonda, the American actor, was born 113 years ago today.
American pianist and entertainer Liberace was born on this date in 1919.
I think it's pronounced Librace.
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 That's Liberace,
No.
but yes.
Also born 93 years ago today is American astronomer Nancy Roman.
Also born on that same date, 1938, American computer scientist and academic Ivan Sutherland.
Or is it Yvonne?
Yvonne.
Could be Yvonne, but
It
who
could be
knows?
Ivan. It just depends.
Canadian physician and astronaut Daffyd Williams. I just put an accent on there for fun. It's not Canadian. It's not anything. He was born on this date in 1954.
Also born on that same date in 1966, American songwriter, producer, dancer, and actress Janet Jackson.
And American actress, reality television personality, and author Tori Spelling. I'm just kidding. spelling.
You killed Chuck.
When I wake up,
I knew I'd get him. Tori Spelling was born on this date in 1973.
It reminds me of that scene from Rocky where he's doing the commercial in the first movie.
Yes,
Splash it on my face to smell mainly.
Oh, never a dull moment, Craig. Never
That is
a dull
awesome.
moment. High five.
That
High
is
five.
why you are here, Craig. You are awesome.
Listener birthdays today, this week include 1, Tim Elliott on May 22nd. Happy birthday to you. And if it's your birthday this week, we wish you all the best. If you want to get your name on our birthday calendar, go over to chuckchat.com/wiki. Add it. It's free. We'll give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year, even if it's not this week. If it's some week in the future, we'd love to hear from you. That's the...
Whoop, hold on. Trying to mute
Craig. Mute Craig.
Actually, I should do this.
Too many computers in the studio leads to chaos. Happy birthday. That's the way it was on this day in history for May 16th. I'm not sure what I did there yesterday. Not April. May 16th, 2018. Woo, we made it.
We made it.
Knock that off the
It's
bucket list.
craziness in here. There are squirrels in the studio.
They came with the house.
Michael just left them here.
Yeah, you left the squirrels
He
here.
named them.
He raised them and left them.
Oh, my.
All right, let's see if we can find something appropriate here. Here.
Appropriate? No.
Startling news, everyone!
Yes, this is startling news. I'm not sure who wants to take on this first one. Let's make the font a little larger here.
Yo, I do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead,
go
Craig.
for it.
Okay, so scientists are preparing to create miniature brains and like a pinky up to the lips, you know, and you think something's going to happen here. There has been genetically engineered, they have been genetically engineered to contain Neanderthal DNA in an unprecedented attempt to understand how humans differ from their closest relatives.
Huh.
In the next few months, a small blobs of tissue. I'm sorry, that just looks. I get a funny visual from that.
Small blobs of tissue.
Yeah, known as brain organoids.
Organoids.
Organoid.
Brain organoids.
I think
There is my new band name.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are the Brain Organoids.
And
Yes.
you will play just organ music.
That's right.
But not just brain, Neanderthal brain organoids.
There you go.
Yes.
So they will be grown from human stem cells that have been edited to contain Neanderthalized
Neanderthalized.
Yes,
versions
that's pretty
of
good.
several genes.
Wow.
The lentil-sized organoids have been
They're the size of a lentil.
which are incapable of thought. How do they know that? Or feelings replicate some of the basic structures of an adult brain.
We are here. We are here.
And when you poke it with the probe, it goes, "Ugh."
That's how they can't tell with his thoughts or feelings. It just goes,
Right.
ugh, ugh.
So they could demonstrate for the first time that if there were meaningful differences between human and Neanderthal brain biology.
Interesting. I actually have no comment on this. This is kind of cool.
I think I went on to read the rest of the article, and I think there's some interesting stuff in here. We know more about, we've cracked the Neanderthal genome.
Mm-hmm.
So they're now trying to understand more about what are the scientific differences between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals.
Are
And-
the
and-
neurons the same? How
Right.
do they are the chemical processes between the firings the same?
Well, how do they know that?
Were they
Well-
more? Well, the other question that I read in here was: are they more sensitive or insensitive to pain? I mean, they were robust people, right? I mean, their bones were bigger. Their
Their what was bigger?
Bones.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Bones.
Their brows, too.
Yes.
Their brows are definitely
Heavy
bigger.
brow
Oh, that's what I was
ridges.
looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's been said that some Neanderthal DNA is still in society. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you look at some people
Sure.
and they clearly have a heavier brow ridge and a sloped forehead. Well, that pretty much describes
Look,
my
there's
boss.
so
Wait a
much.
minute. Look, I'm on the webcam.
There's so much.
You're the dude
what
with the
they want to
toothpick in the
call
back.
junk DNA in our DNA sequence. They
Yeah.
call it junk because it doesn't seem to be active. We don't really know what it does. We're not certain that it's completely dormant or not usable. But the more we dig into it, and the more scientists dig into it, the more interesting things that we're finding is that there is a coordination between the stuff that seems dormant and turned off and the stuff that's active. If you take that junk DNA out, it does affect. It does cause changes. So how that interaction is, we're still trying to figure out. This could be a piece of actually telling us
More
how
about
that
our
works.
history.
About how that works. Not to mention the fact that if this goes in and it actually starts activating some of that dormant genome that we can actually trace back, that could be a very fascinating finding.
Yeah, I think the more we know about the history, because I've heard, I haven't heard recently, but at one point, 10, 15, 20 years ago, somebody said there used to be a lot more biodiversity in Homo sapiens.
Yes.
Then what was it, 75,000 years ago or something? There was a great dying off. And our genetic diversity was scary. We were down to extinction. I mean, if we would have been on the endangered species list if we had one at the time.
Yes.
And we really don't have that much diversity, and that's important when it comes to diseases.
Oh yeah, and there's so much more. Well, I mean, I don't want to get into the
Craig, I don't know about you, but I'm just waiting for a Neanderthal park. You know, when we have them roaming free, I can, be out in the Jeep and I can see them. That's what I'm really excited for.
It's going to look like a Geico commercial.
Do not feed the Neanderthals.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen some people where alcohol activated their Neanderthal DNA.
that happens every weekend all around the world.
Frat boys around the world. Yes, indeed.
It does. Yeah, that's why hazings happen.
Hazing.
Let's go from the humans of the past to the humans of the future.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, okay, this video right here, I can totally see this guy carrying a gun and running through the park. Have y'all seen this video?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen all of them.
Oops.
We don't need to. You're not getting paid for this commercial, Kurt.
We're not getting paid for this commercial.
No, we don't need to run that commercial. You're not getting paid for
Boston Dynamics released a new video of two of the company's robots, the two of the favorites, Atlas and Spot Mini, showing off some of the new features running an autonomous navigation. So
the backflips and the picking up stuff. I mean, they're doing amazing stuff.
you did see the third season of Black Mirror, right?
Oh, yes.
That dog. Someone really.
I know.
It's freaky how
and
scary
the
that
sucker
is.
can go up and down stairs now,
Yes.
which is
and
like
they have a picture of him putting away the Boston Dynamics dog putting dishes in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
It's like, wait till he starts putting the steak knives away. I'm like, no, stay away from the knives.
Right?
Hey, I think the name Atlas is an acronym for T-1000.
Well, I think Boston Dynamics is just. I think they're an evil group. I really think they're a whole bunch of just evil supervillains that have created these things to take over the world, and they're putting this out on YouTube just to nullify us into a false sense of security.
They're going to start the singularity.
Absolutely, they were going to take they're going to start the robot apocalypse.
Well, as soon as we get the AI that goes with it, that's the key.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
Google's
there.
working on that.
Right, exactly.
Have you
So-
you saw the thing
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Google
We
thing?
got
with
an article later, an audio clip.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
You put these two things together, humanity is done.
Michael,
Yeah.
we need to
We're
schedule an
done.
appointment to get your stuff out of this house.
I tell you what, I'm digging a cave out in the desert right now.
Not anymore.
No, you can have your robot dog dig it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
there you
Why
go.
not? What could possibly go wrong?
You jump in the
Nothing.
hole and he buries you in.
That's right. Might as well just go out there and lay down and just let them cover you up. 'cause
Right.
we're all done.
We have space news for you, Michael.
Yay! Which one? I probably know it already.
The asteroid that was found way out there.
Oh, the carbon-rich one. The one that's the first one that has carbon in it?
Yep.
Yeah. What the hell is the name of that?
EW95.
EW95. Yep, that's the one. Fragment from as early days of our solar system has been discovered 4 billion kilometers from Earth. That's actually not that far.
Say it like Carl Sagan.
4 billion kilometers.
That sounds more like Biff from Harvard.
Shut up, butthead.
Wrong Biff.
I can't get my mouth right to do the Carl Sagan thing. I never could get the billions because it always sounds like some demented vampire. So
Blah, blah, billions and billions.
anyway, 4 billion miles is not that far. Actually, it's
Kilometers.
2 billion miles, 4 billion kilometers. The first of its kind has been found. what the hell am I saying here?
So far away.
So far away, 2004 EW95 is a carbon-rich asteroid that currently resides in the Kepler Belt, a cold region beyond the orbit of Neptune. Oh, I thought this was it's closer than that. Nope, never mind.
No, it's way
It
out.
is way out there.
Most asteroids are in the asteroid belt.
That's right.
This
Well,
is out
that's
in the
where I thought
Kuiper
this
belt.
was. That's where I thought this
Yeah.
was. Sorry, I was not right. I should have read ahead.
Don't worry.
Astronomers suspect that the 300-kilogram long object was formed in an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter before being ejected into the outer reaches of the solar system. That's why I was thinking it was at Mars. While performing routine observation using the Hubble telescope, Queen's University Belfast astronomer Dr. Wesley Fraser noticed something unusual about one of the distant asteroids he was monitoring. Its reflectance spectrum, the pattern of light reflecting from it, marked it out from the neighboring bodies. The reflectance spectrum of the 2004 EW95 was clearly distinct from the other observations from the others observed in the outer solar system objects. It looked enough of weirdo for us to take a closer look.
That's what my neighbor said.
Apparently, a scientist can't make good sentences.
It looked enough of a weirdo. That is kind of strange.
He's from Belfast.
He's from Belfast.
All right. I'm sorry.
Measurements taken using the European Southern Observatory's ESO Very Large Telescope allowed the team to determine it was formed from carbon, suggesting it originated in the inner solar system.
You know what I love about that is that they call the Very Large Telescope.
Yes.
Not the medium-sized telescope.
The very large.
Yeah, not the small telescope. The Very Large Telescope.
Very large.
Not compensating for anything, are you guys?
Very large. It's a very large.
It's very large.
Big.
It's the biggest
Mine's
telescope
ever.
That's right. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Mine's bigger than yours.
It should actually be a huge telescope, not very large.
This idea was confirmed by the presence of minerals called ferric oxides and phyllosilicates, which have never been confirmed before in an asteroid from the Kuiper Belt and are another indicator that it first emerged closer to the sun.
So what they're thinking is, I don't know, you probably heard the theory that Saturn and Jupiter at one point came in very close. There were many more planets in the solar system than there are the 8 or 9. Take your pick if Pluto's a planet or planetoid or whatever you want to call it. But there used to be more. Some collided, like Theia ran into Earth, made the moon. We have that theory. And when Jupiter and Saturn, I don't know what triggered this, but they came in. And some planets got ejected. And
there was
some,
there was some speculation that Neptune was actually a captured planet. That it wandered into our solar system, spun around the moon, spun around the sun, and dislodged a whole bunch of stuff on its way in and out. That's why Neptune's ring is in a different orientation than Saturn.
Uranus is almost 90 degrees.
Is it Uranus? Okay, then it was Uranus that I was thinking of. So Uranus was the one that was a captured planet.
Or it got knocked silly in its
or
use.
Or it got knocked silly and got transferred in its orbit. But they're thinking, I watched the animation of it, and it actually makes sense. I think it was on a special that Brian Cox did, where they're talking about this wandering planet coming in and basically being captured by our system, which moved everything weird, and it may have actually destroyed one of the planet, which is what that asteroid belt is in between Mars and so forth. That could be the remnants of a planet that just kind of got obliterated by this entire event.
And as this process was happening, things are flinging all over the place.
And it's a giant shooting gallery out there.
Yeah. And
balls.
Now they've found this carbon-rich asteroid way out in the Kuiper Belt which I want to start a clothing line and have a Kuiper belt. And
a Kuiper belt.
Kuiper boots.
And an asteroid belt.
An asteroid.
That would be the one that droops down and shows your butt crack, but never mind.
No, you sure that would be a Uranus boot?
That would be the Uranus
belt?
Underwear.
Uranus underwear.
Wow. We're going to stop there.
See, we're going to stop, definitely.
Yes. I wish I had that audio clip from Futurama where he says, we named that planet due to that bad joke. Well, you don't call it Uranus anymore? What do you call it? Urectum.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, that poor planet. It will never live that name down.
as much fun as that is. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more good stuff in the Media Corner and the Geek Library. So stick with us and hang on. We're having more fun.
Yeah, hang on, all right.
Technorama, podcast for geeks, available at chuckchat.com.
Hold it. Where's the excitement? What about the whole lighthearted way Chuck and Craig look at the news stories?
Okay, let me try that again. Technorama, hang on with Chuck and Craig for a geek podcast like no other.
Hold up. Again, really? That's what you got? What about things like Hacks and Straight Stories, retro stuff, and the Remember When? And don't forget about the attempts to pronounce names like on this day in history. It's an hour of insanity. Come on.
Okay, how about this? Movies, TV, games, technology, science. Nobody does it like Technorama. Available at chuckchat.com.
Whoa. Now I have goosebumps on my tongue.
Software and cathedrals are much the same. First we build them, then we pray.
Hi, this is Aaron Gray, and you're listening to Technorama with Chuck and Craig.
You pray to your software?
Uh-huh.
Software is my god.
Daily.
Quick shout out to the people that are joining us live on Facebook. We do this every Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We love to see you there. If you happen to be around, subscribe to the channel or subscribe to the page. Is it a page or a group? I got to remember.
Yes.
Yes, whatever. And you'll get notified when we go live. It's a great old time. Joining us there, Craig, why don't you give the roll call to these wonderful people that have hanged out with us?
Okay, let me go over here. I got John Miller Jr., Jet Tiong. He's a co-worker.
Warning.
Yeah.
Keep it safe.
Mike Robinson. Yeah. Mike Robinson. I saw
Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe in there.
Joe.
Davey Cruz, an old co-worker.
Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton was in there. Donna.
No.
Congratulations,
Really?
Donna.
Wow.
From all the way across the studio.
That's right. I think
That was a long commute.
I think that's about it there right now.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And again, we'd love to see you there. Give you a shout out. Also want to give a thank you to our patrons. Got to play the patron music. Oh, just hits me right there every week when we do this. Thank you to our wonderful patrons. This show is brought to you by you. You help keep the software upgraded. You help keep the bandwidth going, the hosting costs. Thank you to Kyle Nishioka, a.k.a. Mad Marv, Abner Braverman. There may be a chance in the future to see you, not too distant future. Ben Vaughn, Mike Wills, Megapodtastic, Night Gig Studios, Gary Lindros, John Clifford, Leon, John Noble, not that John Noble.
I was going to say, what?
Wow.
That John Noble?
Not that John Noble.
Okay.
Chris MC, Alexis Duran, Saturday Morning Media, Steve Therian, and Jorga Schrauen. Thank you very much for supporting this show. If you want to get your name on this really cool list and get extra content that nobody else gets, timed with the music,
Yeah.
That was nice.
go to patreon.com/Technorama Podcast and get yourself for as little as $1 a show. If we don't produce, you don't pay. That's the cool part about Patreon. That
Your name could go in that empty box right down in the
Craig
corner.
is a little ODC today. Or COD.
CDO.
CDO. I'm a little intoxicated today.
No, we're yes.
Honest, Ossifer, I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
That's right.
Jeez, that's old.
Yes,
old
it
as me.
Still works.
Take me drunk, I'm home.
Thank you for supporting this. We want to see you over there. Patreon.com/Technorama Podcast, as is said on the little subtitle you saw down there. So with that, we're going to fade out the music. We will go to the Media Corner, which I believe is this gray button.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things?
Over here, in the media corner.
All right. Brian.
So, astronomers believe there are more than 40 billion planets inhabiting the space of the Milky Way. There are about that many shows on Netflix, sci-fi, and fantasy with that tag specifically. Right. So there's actually probably 80 billion shows, a lot of them crap on Netflix. But hey, not everybody can be a winner. So reaching them all in a single lifetime require, obviously, a lot of bandwidth and a lot of just life bandwidth.
Couch bandwidth.
Yeah, exactly. If
Meat space.
We don't need to tell you, of course, that Rogue One's there. Armageddon, Guardians of the Galaxy, there are a lot of them on there. But these are some of the ones that are kind of not maybe as well known. One of them is psychokinesis. It's actually pretty cool.
Have you seen Psycho?
I watched part of it. So.
I have not seen this one yet. This is a foreign one, if I remember
So this is a Koreaner Yang Sang-ho. Best known for Train to Busan. Have you guys seen that one?
Oh, yes. That was good.
That's great. It's on Netflix really as well.
Good.
It's
okay.
Yes.
So psychokinesis follows Shin, a bumbling borderline alcoholic security guard who drinks from a mountain spring recently infected with a meteorite and gains telekinetic powers.
See, that's why I keep drinking my sake. One of these days,
you're going to get the
radioactive infected sake, and that's it.
See, Mike is the story. It's always, the doofs who get the superpowers.
That's right. I'm waiting for it. I'll be the next Chuck. I'm good with that.
By the way, that sounds like an ad for Irish Spring. Legend has it if you take a dip in the spring, you'll be fresh for the rest of your days.
I thought it was Kiss the Blarney Stone.
So but, you've seen part of psychokinesis.
Yeah, I watched the first about 30 minutes of it. It's great.
All right, what else is on the list here?
Beyond Skyline.
Yeah, it is Skyline.
So Skyline was really a crappy movie, okay?
Yeah. It started out really good.
There was so there was a prequel.
Yes, there was one before this.
The original Skyline was 45 minutes of, wow, this could be a really awesome movie, and then 45 minutes of, what the hell did they do to this movie?
Yeah. So the good thing is Beyond Skyline has Frank Grillo, who is also in Captain America Winter Soldier. He plays a continuation of the same thing, which finds this LAPD detective rescuing his son from abduction and then rescuing his son from inside the hull of a brain-extracting vessel.
Yes.
Then rescuing a hybrid human-alien baby from a battalion of slobbering aliens.
Yep.
And then helping a band of Laotian freedom fighters rescue humanity from the final wave of the invasion.
That's right, because where else would you like to be but in a jungle in Laotia?
Yeah.
Fighting aliens underground.
Yeah.
Laotian, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Laotia's not a country.
Yeah, I know. It's Laos.
So if that kind of,
It's like Canada. I call it Canada too. So
I actually almost said that today.
It's Kanakistan.
Kanakistan.
I like that one better, actually.
So if you like Skyline, you'll probably like this. If you like that kind of action thing.
All right.
It was something. Yep.
April in the Extraordinary World, 2015.
I have not seen that.
This. Based on the style of graphic novelist Jacques Tardy, who also provided the basis of the story. This French-Belgian animation thriller starts with a gene splicing experiment gone wrong, twists with a plot to kidnap the world's scientists, and then introduces us to a politically torn steampunk world through the eyes of April, a brilliant orphan developing a serum that could infinitely extend human life. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun. This next one is one of my favorite freaking movies.
You put this.
I own this movie.
You put me onto this, and I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Circle. I love Circle.
Circle.
This could have been a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
It's just a longer version of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Without warning and without a single clue, they wound up confined to a circular death grid. 50 people find themselves playing the most literal round of Survivor ever.
Damn, is it?
Every 2 minutes, the participants from across the demographic spectrum of age, race, and profession cast psychic votes to determine the next victim of an energy-blasting alien orb.
It takes them half of the people to figure out why half of the people are disappearing.
There are people just dropping dead, and it's like, what is happening?
Every 2 minutes, they go, "Huh, what happened?
Yeah. I'm out of here."
Wait a minute. Oh, we have to vote. How do you vote? Well, then it takes like 5 people dying before you figure out how you vote. It is brilliant.
Is this part of the Saw series?
No. This is a standalone indie. Another one in that vein is Would You Rather. That's another phenomenally good one. In fact, I love that one. That one's got Sasha Grey in it too, which is pretty cool.
So Mike and I recommend Circle.
And Would You Rather.
Here's another one we both love.
Cube. Cube. Let's see. There's
this one's older.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Circle,
Cubes are around.
Cube, Rectangle,
Polygon.
Yeah, Cube. Cube. There's
Dodecahedron.
actually a trilogy of Cube.
Yeah.
There's Hypercube, which is the last one. Cube, and the first one is the prequel that came at the end of them all.
Yes.
But if you want to really watch them, you should watch Cube Zero, then Cube, and then Hypercube. That way, then you actually have them in chronological order.
Okay.
And they make a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah, because Cube, you're watching, you're like,
what's going on? And so when you have Cube Zero with the reference of that, and then you go into Cube makes a whole hell of a lot more sense.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool setting up for Hypercube.
By the way, they did say that Cube 2 is on Netflix also.
Yep.
Yes, it is. It is. And Hypercube, Cube Zero is on there too.
So Cube is basically a bunch of people that are, incarcerated in a high-tech death trap, and they have to figure their way out.
Yes. Yeah.
That's basically
another one in the series of Saw. Okay.
Well, it's different than that. So say that
it's more
say that you
cerebral.
could actually be inside of a Rubik's cube.
Right.
So if each of those Rubik's cubes was a room and you were stuck inside of there and you had to basically figure out, but each of the rooms can kill you in really horrible ways.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So it's pretty awesome.
Again, it sounds like Saw.
Well, I like that too.
I think
Mike and I saw this movie together
years ago.
I will say that Moon.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
We saw it in the theater. We were going to go see Harry Potter, and Moon was out at the same time, and we were like,
nah, let's do this. And this movie was like, we came out of that like, wow.
What have I seen?
That was awesome. This is like 2001 meets freaking, well, I don't want to give it away.
Don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
Highly recommend Moon. Moon is really good. It's got Duncan Jones is his first directorial
Yes.
bit.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Wait, it wasn't his first, was it? I thought it was his second.
It might be a second, yeah.
This is the second in a series, and I'm trying to remember the.
This is
a standalone.
This is his first one.
This is a standalone movie.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's Sam Rockwell, who does a beautiful job just being Sam Rockwell.
Yep. And then Kevin Spacey has a voice part in it as well.
Yeah.
So, but basically, it's they're mining the moon, and so it's
I'm sorry. A Mute came after this.
Yes.
And they had like Sam Rockwell doing, a couple of parts against himself.
Mute, really?
I
didn't know.
Yeah, isn't that right?
I don't know.
Mute's pretty new. It came out just this last year.
Right, and it's also in the same universe.
Oh, really?
And
Oh, really?
Sam should I spoil it?
No. Because if you haven't seen this, it is a brilliant film, and you should watch
on
it.
Netflix?
It is.
Okay.
So,
Actually, it's a
Well, there you
Netflix
go.
exclusive. I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
but
let's go get
But you'll
it.
see Sam Rockwell in there.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right.
Okay,
Next on the
let's-
list?
They call me Jeeg.
I do not know that one.
I don't know that one either.
They call me who?
Jeeg.
Jeeg or Jeeg?
Yeah, America's not the only country fascinated by superhero stories. An ode to the 1970s anime Steel Jig, I imagine.
Okay.
Jig, I don't know. By the way of Unbreakable, this Italian drama stars Claudio Santamaria. Filled in for Christian Bale in the Italian dub of Batman Begins as
Really?
Enzio, a deadbeat thief who accidentally dives into radioactive sewage. Of course, while
Well,
feeling
of
police.
course, that damn radioactive waste.
Right.
I've been looking for it forever. So hard to find.
I don't know. But, the sludge imbues him with super strength and rapid healing, a perfect combination to, hey, guess what? Commit more theft.
Well, of course.
So, interesting.
I'll have to check that one out.
Okay. We got a
Iron
favorite.
Giant.
Iron Giant.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Iron Giant,
You should.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Oh.
everybody needs to see that at least once. if
That
not
is
more.
like one of my favorite animated movies.
It's a brilliant film, and it's so deep when you really look past the surface of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
The next
there's
one
so
really
much
surprised
going
me
on
that,
with
it's on Netflix.
Wow, nobody's seen Metropolis? It's
Yes.
fantastic.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen Metropolis?
Oh,
what the hell's wrong with you?
Spoiler
Go see
alert,
You know what?
Metropolis.
And it's not that long.
No, it's not.
It's something I think everybody should see.
But
it's 2.5 hours long.
The thing with
Metropolis,
I think Metropolis has finally gotten old enough now that it really requires some setup for people to understand what Metropolis was and why it is so genius. Because now you look at it and it's like, okay, big deal. What? It's just some weird sci-fi cheesy bad movie that's in black and white. But you got to realize this was 1927. The stuff they're talking about in here is insanely future-reaching, and the technology never existed. The idea of the technology that's in this movie never even existed. This is a flight of fancy that was put into a film that they got so right. So much of this came true. And is happening now, even in today. That's what makes this awesome. So
it's a really good movie. Yeah.
If you don't have the background of it, you can miss it.
Yeah, just remember it's 1927. So that's your frame of reference for watching it.
What is that? 89 years ago? 91? I can't do my math right now.
Actually,
math is hard.
What the movie I was thinking of was A Trip to the Moon.
Oh yeah, it's totally different.
Which is also a classic. I think people should see.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it wasn't very long.
It's
Georges Méliès.
Méliès. Thank you.
But it's
Georges
funny.
Méliès.
It's funny to see them like even in the Trip to the Moon. They're getting in a spaceship.
Yeah,
and they're like, they're behind some cardboard or something. It's kind of interesting to see how they pulled off some of their.
But again, that's the whole thing.
Have you seen the colorized version of that where they hand painted the frames?
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And that was Méliès that did that.
Yeah,
that's not recent. That was them hand painting some of this and turning them into color films, which was painstaking and took forever. And there's very few of those copies that exist.
Yeah. It's cool.
Wow.
All right. Keep going.
Oh, Europa Report.
That's another good one, too.
God, that's a good
all
movie.
Together now. Europa Report.
I have not seen this. Tell me.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah,
No.
it's pretty good. It's a genre of found footage movie, which will, so it's got kind of, the shaky film thing.
Yeah.
So, but it departs from that sort of thing where it has a handful of cameras and a wall of a spaceship create a kind of Big Brother in space. So this basically does a good job. But for the crew members of mankind's first mission to Jupiter's moon, Europa. So, in the world of the film, a private corporation hopes to turn Earth's first contact, however microscopic, into primetime TV win. Unfortunately, things go bad.
Yes.
Really bad. So, it's really a pretty fantastic little movie.
It is a fantastic little movie, and it is a scientifically accurate movie that happened before The Martian. So it is one of the most scientifically accurate films that had been made up to that point. Now, since The Martian has gone huge, we're seeing more of that happen, where it's getting a little bit more realistic, and they're actually getting the right consultants in and cracking open a science book occasionally.
Cloud Atlas. I saw this in the movie theater. I saw it at the sneak preview.
It takes at least more than one viewing.
Well,
yes.
And the good thing is I had a huge drink beforehand. So
and
it's a long ass movie,
that
folks.
helps.
No, it was by the end I was like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I gotta pee so bad. So Alana and Lily Wachowski's Phantasmagoric Speed Racer is back in the spotlight, celebrating the 100th anniversary. It's on Netflix as well. But check out Cloud Atlas. It's definitely an overlooked film.
Yeah.
And it's adapted from David Mitchell's novel. The movie intertwines 6 stories set in 6 different time periods, ranging from the 1840s to the present day into the 2300s. Sorry. And it's wild because it jumps back and forth.
Yes.
And all the actors play multiple roles in multiple of the storylines. So it's kind of fun to go, who is that in the makeup?
Who is that? Yes.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks is phenomenal in it. He does a really great job. The very futuristic one is really crazy because of the language.
Yes, it takes a while to latch onto
what they're saying and how they're saying, and Halle Berry's great in it, and I can't remember the other people in it.
Well, Tom Hanks and Halle Berry, and
they're the big ones. Hugh Grant of all people.
Hugh Grant, yep.
You're like, what? What is Hugh Grant doing in this film?
It's not a rom-com.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but
it's bizarre. But
it's a great little movie.
It's really it's
Yeah.
worth watching.
All right, this one I did not expect to see on the list.
5.
Tremors 5, Bloodline.
I just watched this last week or this week, I think it was.
Is it worthy of this list?
There's a lot of worm blasting madness.
Yes, it's exactly what you'd expect. It is not as mind-numbingly I want to open a vein horrible as
the
Tremors,
other Tremors?
4 as Tremors 4. I would put it more in line with probably Tremors 3. So you could probably skip 4. If you actually you can throw 4 out of the franchise altogether.
Kind of like Star Trek 5.
Forget that it even exists and make this number 4.
So here's the anyone who needs a movie that can live up to the line, fly right into my crosshairs, you fire farting son of a bitch. This movie is for you.
That's right.
Hey, it's got the dad from Family Ties. That's all you need to know.
Well, yeah, he's always
been in all of them. Yeah, that's the only thing he's got left going for him.
I want to hear Brian read this last one.
Next.
Jesus.
I love Next.
So we interviewed this guy on Slice, the director. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
I thought you were going to say Nick Cage.
No, it was like pulling
Nick was too crazy for us even. We never got Nick on because...
the hell you say?
I won't go into it, but there's a reason for that.
So there are good Nicolas Cage movies.
Yes.
Bad Nicolas Cage movies.
Yes.
And there's the good-bad Nicolas Cage movies.
Okay.
Next is
one of those,
dopey sci-fi thriller centered on Chris Johnson. A psychic uses his powers seeing 2 minutes in the future to game Las Vegas blackjack tables and search for a brunette woman from this one. It's based very loosely on The Golden Man by Philip K. Dick.
Yes.
Very
loosely.
It is. You're absolutely right. This is the one in between.
Yeah,
the
not
ending
great.
Really made the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was. We're not going to roll it for you, but I enjoyed this one just from hey, it's Saturday afternoon. Let's watch a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, oh, what's going on Netflix? Seen it.
Yep.
No. Okay.
Why not?
Sure.
Hey, go to the next one. Oh, the next one is Nick Cage.
So I had one. I have one to add to that, and
Yes.
I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of it. It's not Circumference.
You
It's,
think of it while we
Perimeter.
talk about real quickly what has been canceled this week.
Oh my.
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Do you have a list for
You know,
us?
one of my guilty pleasures is Last Man on Earth.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's pretty fun. It's not a bad movie.
I especially love the beginning of the whole series where
Yeah.
he's screwing around, throwing like bowling with cars. You know,
Okay.
there's nobody around.
Things you do when you're the last guy on Earth.
That's right. Yeah.
or drink yourself to death. But I like the show. I wish it seems like they kind of been stuck in a rut, so I can see why it was canceled. But it needs to go a little further, and I don't think it's not obviously not going to happen now.
The Expanse was
Oh,
canceled.
I'm so pissed.
Oh.
But the good thing about The Expanse is that more likely it's probably somebody else going to pick it up because it's been a pretty solid show.
Yeah.
Now the ratings haven't been huge, or they haven't been horrible either, though. So I mean, it's
They
a
could be
pretty
better.
solid.
I want Expanse to go to a Netflix or to a Hulu or somebody that can take it to the next level, because Expanse has been wanting to break out of its limited ability to swear and show nudity and do all the adult themes.
If you get the non-US version of it, the swearing's all in there.
Oh yay!
It's
I want
amazing.
that.
And to hear Christian Alversala, the lady Sheresh Naglu, who does her, man, she's got a filthy mouth.
Oh, it's awesome.
Filthy. It's awesome.
It just needs to
with
go
the way the
there
book is.
because it's bouncing up against those TV limitations.
Sure.
Right.
And it needs to go to the next level because it's such a gritty film or show, and the things that they're doing in there are just genius.
Well,
it's brilliant stuff.
Netflix said that they were focusing on fantasy and sci-fi.
So it'd
in
be
their
perfect.
budget.
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I went, well, that's actually a natural home for them.
It is absolutely a
We can
place
hope.
for them.
So
We'll hope.
What else? Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled and then got redeemed.
Yes.
So, NBC, who originally had Brooklyn 999, gave them up. Fox picked them up, and then Fox canceled them. And NBC's like, hey, you know what? We're sorry we broke up with you.
Yeah,
Come
we want
home.
to
We love you.
want you back.
Who's my boo? And so they picked NBC.
Where were these people in the Firefly days, I ask?
Well,
Firefly set the precedent for that.
Chuck,
I mean,
too soon.
Too soon.
No, it's not. You're absolutely right, because I think we had to have a Firefly to that level just because it did wake the studios up.
Yeah.
And go,
Fox
hey,
never dreamed that was going to happen. The lashback.
It's the same as Star Trek was in the early 70s. The fans came out in droves.
Absolutely.
And said, we like that show. Why did you take it off the air?
That's right. Yeah.
And they had no idea that people would be writing letters to the studio and to the directors and to the producers saying, we want our Star Trek back. And that's part of the reason why they started thinking,
But nobody in this country actually knows anything about history, so we're doomed to repeat it forever and ever. Because how dare you look in the past to get an idea of what something's going to be like now?
What's happened. Look forward.
That's
on to the next remake.
Yeah, that's worked really well for. Okay,
how's that working out for you, commie lips?
Yeah,
this is America, man.
We've got Brian in the studio. We could do a reboot rage thing.
Oh, yeah. There we go. There were lots of other shows that were canceled, too, like Lucifer was canceled.
Yes.
Lots of other good shows that got the boot. I know a lot of people were really kind of mourning a lot of them. Sam Roberts was specifically. She had a big thread. If you find her on Facebook, you can find it. Everybody's been chiming in on that. So
wait a minute. Yeah. A Crazy Joe says the best crazy, so bad it's good Nick Cage movie has been to
Wicker Man?
Drive Angry.
Drive Angry. Oh my God. Yeah, no, nobody needs to see that movie ever.
It's not a. I wouldn't say it's a good bad movie.
No, Joe. No, that's. I'm pretty sure that violates international law. I don't think you can actually show it to prisoners.
I can never tell what
that
Joe
is considered torture
serious or stirring the pot.
That is considered torture.
Hey,
yes.
Part of me does want to see the Nick Cage Superman that never happened.
That would be crazy.
No one really wants to see that.
I said part of me.
Okay.
I'm not going to say which part.
Craig show us on the doll where that part touched you, Craig.
Craig's a Ghost Rider, man.
That's right.
Oh, my.
Right. Oh, damn it. I wish I could remember that. I need a thesaurus is what I need.
They went extinct 65 million years ago.
I know. It's circumference or something with a C.
Circumcised? No.
From my mind
to your mind. It's about a guy that has.
I don't want to see that movie.
He has powers that affects people within a certain circumference. Yeah, and it is an amazing ride. Go find it. I'm sure you. God, I wish I could. I got it's the wrong name, but look it up. I'm sure it'll show up as soon as
we're
you
going to go
on
back to the Robo-apocalypse real quick because you said Google is coming out with. If they put Google's AI into these dog and people robots, we're doomed.
Well, you got it here as a leaked demo, but that wasn't a leak.
No. Pay attention.
We got to listen.
Let's listen.
Hello? Hi, can I talk to Diane, please? Speaking. Hi, Diane. I'm calling on behalf of John to schedule an appointment.
This is the
For
AI.
what? The appointment for you to come pick up your belongings from John's apartment. Excuse me? John would like you to remove your belongings from his apartment.
Wow. What are you talking about?
I'm very sorry, but John has decided to end your relationship.
Is this a joke? Put John on the phone.
I'm sorry, John's not currently available.
What? Where is John? I cannot believe this. This is bull.
How does 10 a.m. sound?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, if 10 a.m. is not available, what time is suitable for you?
Hey, wait. The AI calls back.
Hello?
Hi, can I talk to Diane, please?
Wow, instead of a Dear John letter, it's a Dear John Google call.
See, I was saying that this is the evil that is going to be this AI.
It's going to ruin our relationships, take away our homes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's only a matter of time.
It is not going to...
I was equal parts fascinated and scared by that demo from Google.
Oh,
I was like, especially when it went, Okay, you know,
I'm terrified by it. I am terrified by it because you think that robocalls and telemarketing is bad now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, throw big data into it as well.
Oh God, yes.
So
hey, I saw you threw some pizza out in the garbage.
Yeah, exactly. I saw you on Facebook looking at this. I saw you surfing for this. You know,
Your other people that have bought on Amazon have also enjoyed.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, have you done that great quiz online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait until somebody starts exploiting that as, for, hey, this is your water department. You owe so many, your bill is past due. Hey, we need your credit card so that we can, on and on. Before that had to be done with an actual human being. Now it can just be done with a click of a button.
That's the scary, like you said. I've already started to get ads that say, hey, we saw you searched for.
Yes.
Yeah, and you go, well, I searched for a green purse. Now I see it in every ad that I've got on here.
I get those off of... So I'm on Amazon searching for something. It starts directing robocalls to me for the things that I'm shopping for online now.
So imagine if something called you with a conversation, you could almost be tricked into talking about
absolutely
whatever.
Absolutely.
Maybe not you, Michael. You're too highbrow for that.
Well,
but you know what I mean.
Well, I've enabled two-factor authentication on my phones now, so I do not answer my phone at all.
What, do you get a text every time somebody calls you?
Basically, it's you have to text me. If you want me to answer the phone or call you back, you have to text me first. Period. That's it. I don't even pick up the phone anymore. I can't. Because it is 90%, if no, more than that, 98%.
Even if you know, like, it's from me and I'm in your contacts list.
Yeah, well, if it's from you and your contacts list, I pick those up because it's if you're in my contacts list, I know it's you.
But if it's some random 602 area
but
code,
just random numbers, if there's just random numbers that have nobody attached to it, if you're not in my contacts, forget it. You'll
Hello,
never.
Michael. You can pick up your prescription now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife calls me from school and I don't recognize the number. I don't answer.
Sure.
That goes over well, I'm sure.
No, she just texts me and it's like,
I needed you I needed you over there in 10 minutes. Why weren't you there?
Yeah, well.
Pick up the damn phone, Michael.
No, you're not going to get me to do it.
Oh, man.
I have pages upon pages and pages of blocked numbers on my phone. I'm done.
So what's your phone number, Mike?
Yeah, there you go. So now I'm going to get a brute force attack now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah, so now
Mike's
my phone's
been
going to be
DDoSed.
nothing but just DDoS.
Yeah, I'm going to get a zip line. I'm going to clone your number and
Great,
basically.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, buddy.
That's right.
So you can take his robocalls then.
Sure, why not?
There you go.
Oh my!
I think on that note, we'll not give out Michael's number. And
Have we've got to mention Mr. Robot for movie shows that you've got to see.
yes,
yeah, but it's not on
absolutely.
Netflix. That's the problem.
Oh, it's not Netflix.
No,
That's right. That's Amazon. Sorry.
AMC?
Oh, what is it? Whoa. What is
Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
Oh.
USA.
Oh,
You
yeah,
haven't
the
seen
TV
it?
show.
It is
Yeah,
on,
of course.
Yes.
Well, it's
Yes.
on USA, but you can get all the series now on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Okay.
Amazon Prime has the entire first three seasons.
And I think it has Expanse as well. So
And
I
it
think,
has Expanse,
yeah.
yes.
Did they get Expanse Season 3 on Amazon yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's
Okay,
coming
I'm waiting
soon.
for that. Yep,
And
okay.
The Tick. Oh, my God. The
See,
Tick.
that's the problem with Amazon. I kind of forget to go look for stuff over there because they got this weird view on their. I mean, they spread out their seasons to make it look like their library is larger.
Yes, they do.
And I hate that.
But I love them because they don't auto-run all the damn previews of every freaking show
Yeah.
Yes.
that I'm trying to watch on Netflix, which makes it impossible to surf Netflix.
So they're robocalling you already?
Yeah, well, the
Hey, we noticed you
autoplay-
watch this. You would like to watch this.
Yeah, the autoplay previews, spoiler, basically
that.
spoilers for every single
Yeah.
show they have on there.
That is aggravating.
Oh,
when you
my
start,
God.
When I'm looking at the Roku and it starts playing the preview, I'm like, no, shut up. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it
Especially
makes
when
it
it's-
almost unusable.
Especially Craig when you're like,
It's like, so Craig, sexy time at the beach.
no, like quick.
I just want Lost in Space.
Yeah, I lived on Netflix. It was like Netflix was on all the time, and we just surfed for whatever we needed on there. But since they started doing the autoplay, nope. I know there's something there that I want to go see. I go on for a second, find it, watch it, and I leave instantly.
A lot of people my wife complains about that.
I hate it.
I kind of skip over it. It doesn't bother me so much, but it does aggravate sometimes.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
Well, we need a
Robo-block.
movement.
A block.
We need a movement out there. Everybody call in and complain about it because
It should
it's
be a
got to go
preference.
away.
It should be a
Yeah,
preference,
why
like
not?
auto-playing videos.
I thought it was, actually.
There
but
just
it's
needs
not.
to be a checkbox to shut that off.
Yeah.
Give me the option to turn it off. That's the thing that pisses me off.
Exactly. That's
I
the way
don't care
software
that
should
it
be.
exists.
Mike wants a big shut the hell up button.
Exactly. Well, I want it because when I'm surfing for something, those previews kill it for me. A lot of times they'll be playing and it's like, well, I don't need to see this show now. Thanks so much, Netflix. You just ruined everything for the movie.
You
There's
could
no
kinda
sense
say
in
that-
watching the show.
Yeah, and you could kind of say that about trailers in general sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a trailer person because I'd rather get the experience of actually watching the show.
I'm a trailer junkie. But it does ruin it for me sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, in some cases, it saves you from the movie. I mean, I've seen some trailers at the movie theater go, well, that was everything the movie has to offer, and I don't need to see it, and now I don't want to see it.
Yeah, we've also said for many years that Hollywood is great at making trailers. That's what they do. They crank those suckers out.
We're great.
No,
Well,
they still are
they're
pretty
still
good.
pretty great.
They've been giving spoilers out, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
well, that's true. But at the same time, I mean, if the trailer sucks, the movie's going to really suck. Because if you watch a bad trailer, that's a pretty good sign that, this is going to... They couldn't even save the turd in a trailer.
Let's see if we can put a gold varnish on it. That'll save it.
Let's keep polishing. Eventually, we'll get there.
No, you have a polished turd.
Look, we got shine.
Wow. Oh, man.
And on that note, Craig's got the question of the week here. Go ahead.
How many friends have you met in real life that were online only for years, maybe?
Well, there's three
lots.
in this room.
Lots.
That's a lot.
I've met a lot of people that I've only known online for many years and then met them in person.
Yep.
At a con or...
Meet them in person is like, that's what you look like?
Well, Chuck and I podcasted with each other for about a year.
8-9 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Before
we finally...
the Podcast Expo came around.
Yep.
And that's before you had video, too, so you just was audio only.
I saw a picture of him, and I was like, that guy?
I've been working
hair?
What's wrong with him?
I've been working with people for 5 years that I've never seen before in real life.
We had a chance last week to meet someone in Vegas who happened to be in town, and I've known her since about 2005, 2006. She was an early podcaster, ran a show for a little while. Unfortunately, due to schedules, and then she got sick, we couldn't meet up. So we're going to make this happen, Dina. We're going to make this happen. It's been like 14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've met a lot of, there's some I kind of went, I don't know if I should have met those people.
It's not really as uncommon as it was years ago, to know people online and then meet them. Now, because of social media, it's like, you know people a little more intimately and then to meet them more often.
I'd say in some ways it was easier back then because the online back then was BBSs, and those were usually
IRC.
local.
Yeah. IRC.
True.
Yeah. It was within your local calling area most of the time, unless somebody was brave enough to pay the long distance charges back in the 80s.
Well, you had Fido.
And we would have local BBS meetups. So the people on the various forums and boards and rooms or whatever you called them on your particular software would get together. We had the annual BBS BBQ. And
we had lots of them. Yeah, we had lots of them. We had one for a long time. My friend Steve was always, we go to the GT down at Papago Park, and one of the things we did is we'd always throw Steve in the lake.
Oh,
and he always knew it was coming, and he tried to avoid. He always tried to avoid it, and usually what happened
like the coach in the great Gatorade. You know what's going to happen, but
he always he fought it so hard every single time, but it was always funny. He was like, "Okay, we're having the Papago GT. Steve's going in the lake." So
So Chuck,
that's funny.
So Chuck, how many BBSs did you BBQ?
we had probably 3-4 BBS BBQs before we moved out of town. But,
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think our local only had one get-together. It was something lame. It's like 7 or 8 guys at a freaking Dairy Queen.
Oh,
it
man,
was
we used to
terrible.
But it was still...
but still, you could meet them.
Right.
And then you met them and went, I never want to see these people again.
I'll tell you what kind of, not freaked me out, but just blew my mind, was not long after Chuck and I were podcasting, we had people that were like, "Hey, I just wanted to meet you guys. I love your show," and all excited to meet us. I'm like, I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I write my code one line at a time, just like you.
Yeah.
Well, my big thing was people showing up at the freaking
house,
door.
yeah.
They'd show up at the front door with beer and stuff and think, hi, I
At
just
9
want to
a.m.
meet you.
At 9 a.m.
Yeah,
on non-recording days, and you're like,
well, not even on recording days. It
No,
was
it's
during
not.
the week.
Yeah, during the week, I know.
during the week, I'd be sitting in there working, doing something, or at home, and the doorbell ring, and there'd be some guy out there. Just, I brought you beer.
You made it sound like a
Thank
nonstop
you.
party here.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. it's-
Thank you. I'm glad you liked the show. Thanks.
Right.
So, now what? Do you want to come in?
Got to use the bathroom.
studio?
Head on out.
Awkward conversations.
Awkward conversation.
Yeah.
You just invaded my house. But yeah, I mean,
I eventually left.
They were really sweet.
And then bought the house.
Most all of them, they were really sweet, nice, people, and it was.
Oh, yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'd bring them in and show them, give them a little tour, and they'd sit down and look at the mics and stuff. And they brought me beer, so hey, that was always a plus. And it was
I don't
kinda
drink
cool.
before 10 a.m.
But
thanks for coming.
Usually.
It was usually like on a day that there was nothing happening, so it's not like they could hang around and watch a show or do anything.
Well, and the funny thing is, occasionally I get a call from Mike going, "Hey, so and so's here. Do you want to come up and basically rescue me?
Please save me!"
Yeah, and I'm like,
no.
Look at the time. I'm sorry, I got to go.
Gee, I'd really love to, Mike.
I'm on my way to a colonoscopy.
Yeah. I got meningitis. I can't. Yeah, my spleen exploded.
So
yeah.
No, it's your house, your studio. You have to deal with it. Sorry, suck it up. That's pretty much what I got.
Let us know if you have any interesting stories, dear listener and viewer, if anything closely resembles any of that.
Actually, I should have changed that to say, if you have a good story about meeting a friend that was online only in real life.
Wonderful or not.
Yeah.
Some people get married. They
Absolutely.
They establish very
Hey,
strong
wait a minute.
relationships.
Am I looking at a couple that got married because online?
No, we met IRL before online. We communicated a lot via dial-up to the mainframe.
Oh, it was the 300 baud.
Pretty close, yeah.
300 baud. Wow.
I remember
When you could read faster than the characters appeared on the screen.
yeah.
No, the phone cradle.
Yep. Acoustic coupler modem, you bet.
Acoustic couplers.
I may have
Have
one.
one?
Did I
I'm
recycle that? I don't know if I did or not. I used to have one until we moved, at least.
Yeah, no,
If
I
it-
never kept those.
The funny thing is, they had round couplers for the mouthpiece and the earpiece, but then all the phones went square. And
Then everything went
Right.
square. Yeah.
Shove it in there, Chuck.
Wow, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, Craig.
Square peg, round hole. I want to go home.
Good, because we're stopping recording soon.
Touch Craig.
Let's play the out music and go home. Thanks for coming by, guys. It's been
No
a real
problem.
fun time.
It's been a long time.
Thanks for listening. If you've got a story or you want to let us know, call us on the listener line at 707-530-2428. That's 707-530-CHAT. Send us an email, technorama@chuckchat.com. You can always send us a postcard like Yorga does. That's always fun. I'll give you the postal address if you're interested in sending that. And you're always welcome to stop by after 10 a.m.
Bring bourbon.
Bring beer.
Bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon. Whiskey, bourbon.
Look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, we wish you a very fond week. Have a great time, and we will talk to you again. Oh, we have 2 weeks off because I will not be here. We'll be on a trip traveling the globe.
European vacation.
Yeah.
European family vacation. Until then, Craig,
Holiday
would you be
road.
so kind as to give us a binary high five?
101. There we go. Oh. I had to look at the screen.
All right. Do we have a Patreon topic this week?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Don't. Well, you want to mention it so the viewers, live stream viewers, see it? Hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can entice them to subscribe, and then we'll say goodbye to our live viewers and get on with our other second
Well,
recording.
I want to take our discussion about the creepy tech to a next level. Like we were talking about
the creepy tech or the creepy people that come by your house?
Yes.
Yes.
No, the demo we saw of Google.
Yes.
You know,
And the
making a phone
robots?
call. Yeah, and the robots. I
Okay.
want to take that. I want to talk about that a little bit.
We'll have a deeper discussion into that. So If you want to join us on that discussion, you're more than welcome to go over to patreon.com/Technorama podcast. And for as little as $1 a show, you get that topic and all the extra content as a thank you for your donations. But I'm not going to plug that too hard with the desk bell, of course.
Yeah. And we might talk about SpaceX.
You can find
a
all
little
that
bit.
and more over at chuckchat.com/Technorama. We look forward to seeing you there. And we look forward to seeing you again in a few weeks when we come back with the weekly show. Take care. Until then, bye, people on the live stream. Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Bye.
Laters.